So today's problem is a string and letters consist of P and S characters, and we can have many of them together. And S is like seeds, and P is plant. We want to find how many ways we can split this entire room into 2 seats each, and as many plants as you want, but strictly 2 seats in each room. So in this particular example, we can split because one seat is not paired with other. We have to modify our example, and in this case we can split it like this: 2 seats, and this is a single way we can split it because there is no room to do any modification. But if we have a room like this, we can split it many ways. We can put divider here, or here, or this, or in this place. So in total it's like 4 different ways. And if we have a more complex example, we can split it many ways, and this gives us 3 unique ways, and this is another 2 unique ways, and each time we multiplied like 3 by 2, total 6 ways. And our entire problem is again more obvious way to solve it is we count how many seats we have, and we count how many plants we have between those seats, and how many plants inside is irrelevant. We just want to count these plants that are in between. So to solve it, we can iterate and use the counter of plants, counter of seeds, and some additional counters like result and maybe the current total plants, or I don't know. So let's look at my solution. This is pretty like verbose solution, and it should be rewritten into a more elegant way, but it is pretty easy to understand. So we counting seeds, we counting plants, and if we see any encounter any seed, we just verify the plants counter, and the result is the previous multiplied by this plant plus 1. So it's, as I described earlier, this is very simple algorithm, but it requires us to use longs because the multiplication is can overflow in the Kotlin before the model operation happens. So we have to use the longs in this example. We can rewrite it into different ways. So I already did it. So let's look. Yes, I did many experiments. It's like 90 experiments. so my exploration path is not very short. Let's look at how this code looks like. I will post it as the resulting because it's pretty elegant. So we use and A and B and counter of S. I use the 1 as the initial count just to simplify some operations. And if we encounter the P variable, we add in the completed result. And we also multiply it by S modulo 2 because we want to add only if we have even a number of S letters. And in the opposite case, we just increasing the S counter, and as a total answer, we multiply again because we want to only encounter even count of seeds. This solution doesn't use longs and it doesn't overflow because it uses the plus operation. So it works like every time you encounter in another P value. Okay, this is kind of, why is that? So every another P adds, we have like accumulated value and we have result. So we use, if we encounter any P, in the previous solution we multiplied the number of P, like P counted times the previous result. This time we doing it like every P encounter we use result plus accumulated value, where accumulated value is like the previous result. So it's kind of a tricky mind-bending trick, and it's just to avoid multiplication operation. Let's look at my Rust solution. And I did many experiments. I achieved 0 milliseconds once, like this. But my final solution is not very optimal, but still optimal in a way of how I write the code. So I use the chunk operation and I split the string into chunks of P and S, and this kind of faster than compared to when you just go byte by byte, because in this case it would be 11 or 10 milliseconds, and in chunk you have a little bit faster, 3 milliseconds, because you're still doing times operation, multiplication, but it doesn't overflow it uses size type, so it is bigger than I32, and it still doesn't overflow, and it's still faster. So maybe there is a solution that is shorter, but my 0 millisecond solution wasn't very short. It's kind of what ChatGPT would you suggest to you. So it is the same trick. You go chunk by chunk, but it's like handcrafted solution, and it is 0 milliseconds. And the more elegant solution is 3 milliseconds, and it is a chunked operation. And then you have to consider if this chunk is even or odd. and you have to swap it. If your chunk is odd, you swap the event current. So it's kind of another mind-bending operation. So that's it for today. The problem is not very hard compared to the another hard problems, but it was before LeetCode became unsolvable. So that's it.